Okay, so this is part 2 of how to break a monoalphabetic substitution cipher. If you notice, I made the text just slightly larger. I hope that it's more visible on the video. So right here, I've noticed that with what we have so far, which is Q corresponds to plaintext T, C corresponds to plaintext H, and T corresponds to plaintext E. We got that by guessing that the was up here. So we have this pattern that we see now here in the decrypted plaintext that's H-E-T-H-E. And I'm making a guess that this is the word weather. So in order to figure out what corresponds to R and W, I need to find this pattern. Oops. I need to find this pattern here in the ciphertext. So I just look H would be capital C, E would be capital T, T would be capital Q, H would be capital C, E would be capital T. So I just did a search for CT, in the ciphertext and found it. So if I'm right, and this actually means weather, then K is R, and Y would be W. So if I try that and hit decrypt, then that makes weather right there, and I look at other things that I come up with in other places. And things don't look too bad. There are a couple places where it looks kind of sketchy, like this EEH. I'm not exactly sure why we'd see that. But right now I'm not quite ready to abandon my hypothesis here. So why don't I take a look again and see we have L, which is a pretty frequent letter in the ciphertext. It probably corresponds to one of the frequent letters in English. So if you remember, there's E-T-A-I-O-N or O-I-N, either way. But so the frequent letters, let's try to suggest that L, which is the third most frequent letter, let's try to suggest that maybe that's A. That corresponds to ciphertext A. If we do that, then we definitely get some weird things going on. Yeah, double A, we don't usually see that in English. So I'm going to say, well, I don't like that idea. Let's take a look again and see what the next most frequent letter is. S. Maybe S is it. So we'll put S in here and decrypt. And we like what that looks like a lot better. So we see eat and ARs, see some ARTs, different things that seem to make a little more sense. So what you do is you keep guessing letters and decrypting, see what that makes sense, see if you can get anywhere or any other things out of there. So there's A-T-H-E. We expect that maybe that'd be an R afterwards. It could be father, or what are other words? Lather, or various other words that might be like that. So you just keep making a guess, plugging it in here, and don't be afraid to try to second guess yourself. So you can make a guess for free, and then if it's not right, or if you get somewhere and things up here in the English don't start to look good, then you can back up a little bit. The other thing you need to remember is that you're going to use the keyword, and then after that you're going to start going in alphabetical order. So right up here, this doesn't make sense at the end, that Y would be where W is, and it'd be K. Between K and Q there should be L, M, N, O, P. So 5 letters should be in between these two, and there's only one spot. So probably that's not right, and probably that's not right. And there we are with a little bit of this, and now I can take a guess at what the keyword is. If the keyword is Swift and we use A, B, C, decrypt, everything starts